Hello, and welcome back to another episode of SkyrimPlus. Today I'm featuring Leah's Shack, Silvershade, by Leah GU. Let's check out the map. Here we are at Leah's Shack, also known as Silvershade. We're near Helgen, Pine Watch, Falkreath, and here we are again at our featured home, Leah's Shack, Silvershade. For our world space view, here are the east gates of Helgen. And as we look further to the right, we can find the entrance to Bone Chill Passage. And if we travel down the hill from there towards the waterfall, we find our featured home, Leah's Shack, Silvershade. And here's our first up-close look at our new home. It's in a beautiful setting in the forests of Falkreath, and it seems like it's been here for a while. And we're right down the hill from a towering waterfall. The water cascades gently down from the top, so it won't cause harm to the house. Well, any more than Father Time's already taken. And truth be told, I could stare at this home all day, but we have a tour to start, so let's see what's around the yard. Up the hill and to our left is a training area for us or our followers to sharpen our skills, both figuratively and literally. But if swords aren't your style, there's also an archery target to practice with for the Robin Hoods of Skyrim. And for the alchemists of Skyrim, there are lots of mountain flowers and ingredients in the yard to harvest. These two goats are also included with the home. I've been calling them Billy and Bob. Billy right here knocked over the farming tools earlier, but that's okay because it gives me a segue to point out the cabbage, potatoes, carrots, leeks, and gourds that are planted around the outside of this rock. As we walk through this beautiful blue mountain flower, we find our smelter, which is one part of our smithing suite. And we do have a complete suite here. And inside of this cart with mining equipment, we have a couple of pickaxes that we can take. The home has a couple of silver ore veins nearby, but I'm going to let you find them on your own. Here's the rest of our smithing suite with an anvil and workbench against the house, and here's our tanning rack and grindstone across from them. And here's an up-close view of the waterfall. Amazing, right? The mod author recommended getting a bathing mod and a fish anywhere mod to take advantage of the water. Next, we have our woodchopping block and woodcutter's axe for our firewood needs, and there's an apiary for those that like to make stamina potions. Now we'll make our way around to the other side of the home. Ooh, I like this planter right outside the window with some harvestable ingredients. There's some canis root. And here are the deceased former owners who fell victim to the world eater, Alduin. They're burned to a crisp. And I'd like to think that this stone is a memorial to them, considering I saw some pictures on the mod page where it looked like the new owner was paying her respects. But the reason I'd come here is for this view. It doesn't get much better than that. Now we'll hike up this hill towards the house. And while we're doing that, smash that like button if you're enjoying the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, our next area is this little spot on the side porch where you can sit and have a bottle of wine. And then to our left, we have this little area up the hill. I'm just going to see if I can jump up here and show you that you have a campfire for warmth. That might come in handy to some of you survival players out there. There are some Jazz Bay grapes on the side of the home. And now we're going to head to the front because we've seen all of the outdoor features and now we're ready to head inside. And what do you know, it's a no-load door home, so you can walk right in and feel fully immersed. And one of the most interesting features of this home is this tree that's in the middle. It's like the house was built around this tree, so it can be one with nature. And speaking of being one with nature, my grass mod, Freaks Floral Fields, has kind of taken over this floor a little bit, so if anyone can make a patch, that'd be appreciated. This desk has a note from the original home where it speculates about dragons. Guess they should have listened. And here's a guest bedroom for a follower. It has a sliding door for privacy. And now we'll walk towards the other side of the home. We'll shut this front door so that you can see a cupboard for your food. Here is an oven, a cooking pot, and some harvestable ingredients for your survival needs. And these white and brown furs act as bedrolls for 2 more followers to stay. Here's a place for everyone to eat, and you have picturesque views out of those windows. The windows can open and close too, but I don't think I'd ever close them. And here we have our alchemy lab and arcane enchanter with more inspiring views from that window. And last but not least is the master bedroom, with a knapsack, a wardrobe, a shortcut out of the home, and then you have a little lantern, a strong box, and a double bed for you and your companion to share. And that about covers it. So now that we've seen all of the features of this home, it's time for final thoughts. Leah's shack, Silvershade, is a no-load door home with lots of character in the forests of Falkreath. It's situated right next to a waterfall, which is a pretty appealing location to have. It offers a double bed in the master bedroom, a single bed in the guest bedroom, 2 bedrolls in the kitchen, a cooking pot and oven for your survival needs, an alchemy lab and arcane enchanter for crafting, a full smithing suite including a smelter, as well as your anvil, workbench, grindstone, and tanning rack to complete the suite, a woodchopping block and woodcutter's axe, a campfire for warmth, a couple of goats, a small vegetable garden, and an apiary. I like that you can walk right into the home without a loading screen, see in and out of the windows as well as open and close them, and I like the design choice to add a tree in the middle of the home. Considering it was Leah's first home mod, the file's only 131 kilobytes, and it's an ESP flagged ESL so it won't count against your plugins, why wouldn't anyone add this home? Congrats on your first of hopefully many homes to come, Leah, and thanks for sharing your work with us. This concludes my feature of Leah's Shack Silvershade. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell icon if you want to be notified of when I post, and as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next episode.